Stephen, many congratulations coming through that shootout with Peter Wright. Just sum up the emotions for us right now.
Yeah, I think it was a bit easier than I thought, because obviously I knew what I had to do. I had to win, but to play Peter to go through is always going to be difficult. He's still one of the best dart players in the world in my eyes, and yeah, I'm just happy to get through, to be honest. And a bit of relief. There was a lot of nervous tension. I kept hearing my son shouting, "Come on, Dad," which made it a bit tougher, but when you've got support like that, when I've got a great community behind me, I've got great fans, I've got great family, I've got a great manager, and yeah, we built from the bottom and it's working so far.
After that edgy first leg, it's easy to get dragged in to a dogfight. How did you reset yourself after that? Because we could see you both feeling the nerves after that one.
Yeah, I think I put myself more on edge in the practice room. My darts were flying brilliant. I couldn't hit a double, but my trebles were going in, so I knew I was going to get chances. And then I think I hit 3 ton plus finishes. I'm like, I don't know where they come from, and that sort of settled me down a tiny bit. But then, obviously, Peter started hitting the big scores, put me under more pressure. But yeah, I just thought to myself, just try and bring your best game out, and that's what I tried to do.
Does the tension increase on you when you miss match darts and Peter keeps coming back at you? What's going through your mind at that point?
Don't miss. Yeah, of course it does. Obviously, you want to win by a wider margin as you possibly can. And when he started coming back, I thought to myself, I think I had the darts. I thought, just make sure you win them darts and you're home and hosed. And I put everything into that leg. If it had lost that leg and then he'd have broke, it would have been a different story. And yeah, I'm so glad to get through. And I've got a date with Dan Dawson tomorrow to do some stuff for Target. So I tried to keep that date. That's why I've got through.
You had to block the crowd out as well. They seem to get involved. How did you struggle with that one?
Yeah, that was nervous. I think for probably the past 20-30 games I've not had the crowd against me. But obviously when you're playing Peter Wright, he's a home favourite. Like I said, he's one of the best players in the world, and he's one of the nicest people in the world as well. He's got a lot of time for my family. I think you've seen on the walk on, he went over to my son and he's Toby's favourite dart player as well, which annoys me a lot. So hopefully I can keep beating him, and my lad might support me.
Stephen, many congratulations.
Thank you.
Stephen, you've been on an excellent run of form the last few weeks. Do you feel like it's time to capitalise on that and win a big one?
Yeah, listen, I've spoke a lot about my form, about the change of darts and the weight in the darts I'm throwing it now. I feel a lot more consistent, I feel a lot more composed, and I think you can see that on the hockey, on my averages, on the way I've performed the whole season, probably the last 6 to 9 months. Yeah, so listen, it's good enough talking about the great averages and he's had another 110, but I'm not winning tournaments, so it's about time to turn them big averages into wins. And listen, I'm trying the best I possibly can to make that happen.
We take notice in the numbers. Do you think people in the practice room are as well?
Of course they are. I mean, they're not stupid. I mean, I look at stats. I look at everything, to be honest. There was a stat out the other day. I think number 5 in the last 200 legs on performance. So yeah, I'd be stupid not to look at that. I've got to take a lot of confidence away from that as well. And listen, like I said, I'm dangerous. If I keep on top of the way I'm playing at the minute, then I can win titles. But I've got to keep doing it.
You talked about Peter. You believe he's still one of the best players in the world. What does that sort of top 3 or 4 look like, in your opinion? No comment.
No, listen, it's crazy because you see people coming off the tour and you see new people coming onto the tour, the likes of Luke Littler, who's averaging 110, and he's not even on the tour yet, but our tour is incredibly tough. From the bottom of the Pro Tour to when you're playing on TV, there's never an easy game, to be honest. And it's all about, you've got to believe in yourself. Obviously there's that many good players, and if you don't, then you'll just get left behind and swept under the carpet, to be honest.
You mentioned Luke there. How do you think he'll be getting on next year? Obviously his first year on tour.
Well, I don't want to big him up too much because I'll probably play him a few times, but listen, he's a fantastic talent. He's got a great team behind him, and I think he's definitely one to watch for the future.
Cheers, Steve.
Stephen, do you sense a big opportunity in this tournament, the way your section of the draws just opened up a little bit tonight?
Well, I'd have been stupid to look past Peter, to be honest. Obviously, I knew how difficult it was. I knew what I had to do. I knew I had to win that game to qualify, and I didn't look at nothing else. Obviously, I knew Brendan Dolan and Danny Noppert were playing, and obviously winner or loser of that could have been my next opponent. But Yeah, no, I kept me whole mind focused on the Peter Wright game. I had 11 hours sleep, I think, yesterday, so I made sure that I'm 100% ready. There was no fatigue, and I felt, and I still feel really good now, to be fair, to play another 10 legs.
Are you feeling any sort of added expectation? A lot of people are talking up your chances now coming into majors the way you've been playing.
Yeah, there's a bit, but you've got to sort of blinker that out. Obviously, when you're up there on the stage, so many different things can happen. The crowd can turn and it can just change the whole atmosphere of the game, and that could have happened. I think probably 12 months ago, that probably would have affected me, and I'd have probably lost that game. So to show the composure that I showed is a massive positive for me, and to get over the line and play as well as I did, I'm really happy.
Cheers, Stephen.
Thank you.
Stephen, it's the first time in nearly 4 years that you've beaten Peter Wright. Was you aware of that record headed into this match?
No, but thank you you didn't interview me before it. No, I wasn't aware of that. Obviously I knew I had a good record in the past against Peter, and he's beat me. I remember the game we played in the UK Open when I missed a 9-darter. I think it was 9-8 to him, and he sneaked over the line. But when you play Peter, you've got to play your best game, otherwise you're going home. Simple as that.
This great form that you're in, it's almost not great form now. It's just this almost a new Stephen Bunting. Is it just the change in darts, or is there something else that's just clicked for you?
I think obviously when you play well and when you can see it and you're consistently doing it at home, you get that confidence and that self-belief. And I compare myself to Liverpool. Liverpool are phase 2.0 now with the new midfield. It's all refreshed. That's the way I feel. I think the first part of my career in PDC, I had phase 1.0 and I was good, but I was never brilliant. And now I actually feel like I can make myself brilliant. I think there's a lot of basis to work on. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the ride, to be honest. And like my family, my friends, my managers, yeah, I believe that we can go all the way.
You talk about feeling refreshed, and you said that you feel like you can play another 10-12 legs. How important will that be, considering the format does jump to 16, and if you make it to Sunday, you're playing 2 really long matches? Yeah,
no, I think that's the advantage of playing on the European Tour as well. We have that experience of playing multiple games and on the same day. But listen, I'll have a good rest day tomorrow, and I'll make sure that I'm ready for my next game. I'm really looking forward to it. And if I can turn up feeling the way I felt today, really confident, really positive, wide awake, then yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Cheers, Stephen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stephen, you've been playing some brilliant darts recently, achieving a final on the European Tour in Germany and a quarter-final finish. Do you think that gave you a slight edge coming into the tournament this year?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, my form's been really good. Results have been positive, and just the increase in weight in the dart and the way I feel and the practice and putting him back home is really positive. So I've got to take all the positives away from that. And I'm just looking forward to playing every single game, regardless of results. I'm coming away and taking every positive out of win or a loss.
And you're currently ranked 24 in the world and a former BDO champion. Do you think your game's close to reaching the top 10, or do you think you can get into the top 10?
Well, I'd like to think so, but I don't know how far off I am. I've not really looked at the figures and stuff, but I'm sure that if I keep this consistent Stephen Bunting up, then yeah, the prize money will come and I can push my way into the top 16 definitely.